Seneca, Letter 16, on Philosophy, the Guide of Life. It is clear to you, I am sure, Lucilius, that no man can live a happy life, or even a supportable life, without the study of wisdom. You know also that a happy life is reached when our wisdom is brought to completion, but that life is at least endurable even when our wisdom is only begun. This idea, however, clear though it is, must be strengthened and implanted more deeply by daily reflection. It is more important for you to keep the resolutions you have already made than to go on and make noble ones. You must persevere, must develop new strength by continuous study, until that which is only a good inclination becomes a good settled purpose. Hence you no longer need to come to me with much talk and protestations. I know that you have made great progress. I understand the feelings which prompt your words. They are not feigned or specious words. Nevertheless, I shall tell you what I think, that at present I have hopes for you, but not yet perfect trust. And I wish that you would adopt the same attitude towards yourself. There is no reason why you should put confidence in yourself too quickly and readily. Examine yourself. Scrutinize and observe yourself in divers ways, but mark, before all else, whether it is in philosophy or merely in life itself that you have made progress. Philosophy is no trick to catch the public. It is not devised for show. It is a matter, not of words, but of facts. It is not pursued in order that the day may yield some amusement before it is spent, or that our leisure may be relieved of tedium. It molds and constructs the soul. It orders our life, guides our conduct, shows us what we should do and what we should leave undone. It sits at the helm and directs our course as we waver amid uncertainties. Without it, no one can live fearlessly or in peace of mind. Countless things that happen every hour call for advice, and such advice is to be sought in philosophy. Perhaps someone will say, how can philosophy help me if fate exists? Of what avail is philosophy if God rules the universe? Of what avail is it if chance governs everything? For not only is it impossible to change things that are determined, but it is also impossible to plan beforehand against what is undetermined. Either God has forestalled my plans, or fortune gives no free play to my plans. Whether the truth lies in one or in all of these views, we must be philosophers. Whether fate binds us down by an inexorable law, or whether God, as arbiter of the universe, has arranged everything, or whether chance drives and tosses human affairs without method, philosophy ought to be our defense. She will encourage us to obey God cheerfully, but fortune defiantly. She will teach us to follow God and endure chance. I return now to my warning and exhortation. Do not allow the impulse of your spirit to weaken and grow cold. Hold fast to it and establish it firmly, in order that what is now impulse may become a habit of the mind. If you live according to nature, you will never be poor. If you live according to opinion, you will never be rich. Nature's wants are slight, the demands of opinion are boundless. Suppose that the property of many millionaires is heaped up in your possession, that fortune carries you far beyond the limits of a private income, decks you with gold, clothes you in purple, and brings you to such luxury that you can bury the earth under marble floors. Still you will crave more. Natural desires are limited, but those which spring from false opinion have no stopping point. When you are astray, your wanderings are limitless. Recall your steps from idle things. When you would know whether that which you seek is based upon a natural or upon a misleading desire, consider whether it can stop at any definite point. If you find there is always a more distant goal in view, you may be sure that this condition is contrary to nature. Farewell. In Letter 16, Seneca reminds us that no life can be happy or even tolerable without philosophy. He begins by distinguishing real progress from mere appearance. It is not enough to talk like a philosopher. One must live like one. Philosophy is not a pastime or a performance, but a guide, a discipline that shapes character directs choices, and steadies us amid uncertainty. It is the helm that steers life through storms. Seneca anticipates an objection that sounds strikingly modern. If fate determines all, or if chance rules the world, why practice philosophy? His answer is clear. Whether destiny is fixed or fortune is capricious, philosophy is our defense. It teaches us to obey God with gratitude and defy chance with courage. We cannot control what happens, but we can master how we respond. The letter closes with a memorable maxim from Epicurus. If you live according to nature, you will never be poor. If you live according to opinion, you will never be rich. Natural desires, food, shelter, warmth, are few and easily satisfied. False desires, luxury, fame, endless wealth, know no limit. When you pursue what is boundless, you become bound yourself. The question Seneca urges us to ask is simple. Does this desire ever stop? If the answer is no, then it leads to slavery, not freedom. In sum, Letter 16 is a manifesto for inner sovereignty. Hold fast to philosophy, make impulse a habit, and measure wealth not by possessions, but by the poverty of your wants.